everyone, so today, as you may have noticed, we're in a slightly different setting. This is my kitchen and we're going to be doing some baking with you, and I have myself a little assistant chef here, Suzie sous chef.
I can't even say that.
So as Easter's coming up, we thought we would do something fully calorific, chocolate heavy, just laden with goodness, which is actually pretty bad for you, but Easter is a perfect excuse to eat lots of chocolate. So we're going to be making Nutella stuffed chocolate chip cookies, and we first came across these in Starbucks about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They brought out this new cookie which is just incredible. So I think it was in both of our vlogs when we last went to London. So there isn't actually a recipe online, so we're kind of just going with the flow. We have a chocolate chip cookie recipe which is kind of a bit tried and tested, and we're just going to chuck a load of Nutella in there. So
yes,
sounds good to me. We should just mention the height difference right now. Susie's wearing shoes with heels about this big and I am in bare feet. And we're still about a foot.
It did make quite the difference though, didn't it?
It did.
I
We
feel
were
like
like this before.
Yeah, I was tall at the age of 11.
Really?
Yeah, I was still this. I was this height. I haven't grown.
So I will write all the ingredients down below in the description bar with all the quantities, but what you're going to need is 220 grams of unsalted butter, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar and a cup of white sugar, some salt and a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 eggs, 3.5 cups of plain flour and a teaspoon of baking soda. And you'll also need chocolate chips. Mini eggs are optional too, although I feel as if we're going to be snacking on these before any baking actually happens, and there won't be any, so that is definitely an optional one. And then of course the main ingredient, which is the biggest jar of Nutella you can find. Now this one is about the size of Susie's head. I think it's going to be best if you either put this in the fridge beforehand for a couple of hours or freeze it for about 30 minutes. We put this in the freezer, well, I put this in the freezer and then completely forgot about it, so I wouldn't advise that. It's now pretty solid and we had to put it in the oven and melt it again.
This Nutella has been on a long journey, people.
So ours may come out a little bit sloppier and a bit flatter than usual, but put it in the fridge and you'll probably get the best results.
So you want to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and then you want to line some baking trays with baking paper.
So first of all, you want to combine your butter and sugar, and we've cut our butter into nice little squares, and this has been out for a few hours just softening down, because if it's too stiff and just out of the fridge it doesn't really work as well. So soft butter and then your sugar. So the brown sugar and the white sugar. Now you could just whisk this together with a hand whisk, but it's going to take quite a lot of effort and patience and time, so we're going to use an electric whisk today. However, our cable isn't long enough, so I'm going to send Suzie over in the corner to do it. So you should end up with a really creamy, quite fluffy consistency once you've whisked it all together. Suzie decided to go for a fork in the end because that's her weapon of choice.
Put a fork in it.
Okay, so pop that to one side and then you want to beat up your egg. So we're going to use 2 eggs today and just whisk them up till they're nice and fluffy.
I want to see how you crack them. She said I do it weird. Oh no, see, like,
so I do it.
See, my dad was a chef once upon a time in a very fancy hotel, and because of that he taught me a really bizarre way of cracking eggs, where you basically tap the whole way around without getting shell. You're a pro at doing it without doing that, but if you can't, like me, can't just hit it and crack it, you just tap around the edge.
So I feel like that's the same way I did it, except you're tapping all the way around the outside.
Yeah, it just means you get a cleaner break. If you are one of those people that just hits an egg and it just smashes everywhere, my tip might work.
How do you crack your eggs? Leave that below in the comments, we'd love to know.
How do you crack yours? So we're just whisking our eggs now, making sure that they have a light and fluffy consistency once we're done.
So you just want to pour the eggs into the batter mixture and mix it all up.
So you will have a consistency that looks a little bit like children's sick. Sorry, TMI right there, sorry if you're eating your dinners, but you just whisk it quite a bit, give it some time and patience, and you'll get there.
Beautiful.
Chef's daughter, also plumber's daughter, also builder's daughter.
So now you want to add in your vanilla, and we need a teaspoon of that. Throw in your flour and add that to the mixture, and your bicarb.
Can I just say how much I love this bowl? I don't know if I'll be able to see, it's got lol in it.
And then just a pinch of salt, so just a few little shakes over the top.
Alex has got tired, so I'm taking over the mixing. I love mixing.
So now comes the fun bit, and you can add in all your goodies. So we're just going to add about a cupful of chocolate chips. You could add more, you could add less. I'd preferably go for more. 2 spoons.
Thank you.
So you want to just take a scoop about the size of a golf ball or
the palm of your hand.
Slightly bigger golf ball, something that fits in the palm of your hand, and basically just flatten it out.
That's bigger than a golf ball though.
Yeah. Play golf.
This is so fun.
Basically Play-Doh with cookies. And then you want to take a scoop of Nutella. Now depending on how much of a Nutella lover you are, it depends on how much of a big of a scoop it is. We like our Nutella, so we're going to put quite a lot in there and just sort of pour that onto the centre of the cookie. And then you want to wrap it up into a little parcel shape, so just kind of tucking the edges in, making sure all that lovely gooey Nutella is sealed in. So then that bit is going to be the bottom of your cookie, and then you want to make them quite thick and quite big because we all love a giant cookie, and then pop that onto your baking tray. This is a very technical process, hence the silence.
We've gone completely silent.
You could also pop something in the middle here as well as Nutella, so you could put a little mini egg, anything that you like at all. You can even substitute the Nutella for something like peanut butter, almond butter.
Oh, peanut butter.
Peanut butter and Nutella would be pretty tasty, so just do whatever you fancy. And because it's Easter, we're just going to pop a little mini egg on top each of the cookies because it looks cute. So now you just want to pop them into the oven that we preheated earlier, and it's best to sort of check on them as you go. So check them after about 5 minutes, and then at 10. 10 is usually the optimum time for cooking a nice tasty cookie that's nice and gooey in the middle as well. But depending on the size that you've made them, and we've gone for quite large cookies today, we got a bit generous with our helpings. Yep. They might need just a little bit longer, so checking on them is best.
It also depends on your oven setting, so obviously if your oven heats things up really, really quickly and cooks super, super fast, then obviously don't listen to us at all, just go with what you think is best. So the cookies are now done, and they took around 10 minutes, so 10 minutes is optimal cooking time, and they look amazing. I'm so ready to eat these.
Shall we give it a go? What
This is like really weirdly romantic. Let's just break it in half. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh.
Really weird noises we're making.
So as we said before, if the Nutella had been a little bit cooler and a bit more solid, you probably would have seen a bit more of a chunky amount of it, but they still taste amazing.
I really do.
So definitely the perfect Easter bake, really, really quick and simple. It's pretty much just throw all the ingredients together and cook it, and you're done, and they taste really, really good. So thank you all so much for watching. We're also going to go and film a video now on Suzie's channel, which is going to be a Q&A, so I will link that somewhere over Suzie's face or in the description box as well if you want to go check that out. And we're going to go and demolish the rest of these now, and we will see you all soon. Bye! Bye! 3, 2, 1. I'm out of breath.
So first things first, you want to get yourself a mini egg and 2. You see this elbowed me in the booth.
I will write this all down in the description bar below so you can find out.
My face is not ready for all of these camera angles. Hey, there's people on the bus are watching.
Vanilla!
We can do that after. That's fine.
Okay.
Can you put a fork in it somewhere in this video?
Okay, so do you want to say some things?
God.
I've been talking the whole time.
Alright, Nana.
You're gonna go girl. How short this cord is. We're gonna have to send you to West somewhere.
I've actually got baking in my hair. Baking in my hair? Whatever.
It just adds to the nail varnish.
I've also dropped toothpaste in my hair today as well. It's just not going very well.
So it's gonna look a little bit funny at this point. A bit like Sick. I'm not going to compare it to Sick actually because it's a baking video.
This one's huge. I've just made like so
monster cookie.